Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, where we're continuing with our House Darklyn playthrough. In the last episode we took the Vance lands away from the Kings of House Vance, who were trying to take the Trident at the time, but now they are loyal. Well, probably not loyal, as not many of our lords are loyal at the moment, as a lot of them hate King Zachary, but they are now a vassal of the ever-growing Dusklands. I did ask you guys to come up with 3 house names for our 3 areas here, Lollyston, Acorn Hall and Highheart, and thank you so much for everyone who did suggest names. So we'll go over our new houses. We have in Lollyston, House Ollister, with a brown knight on a white background. Now a really cool backstory for those that you can find the full backstory in the last episode and in the comments, but basically it was the Brown Knight in the ancient history of House Ollister who was hunting a boar and then saved a woman from the boar. So the sigil is a Brown Knight, and the woman's name, house name was Ollie, so they made it House Ollister, with then the Brown Knight on white to sigil the great hero of the founder of that house. Highheart, we have House Amberley, which is a black griffin on white, which looks really nice. The black and white sigils always look super nice. And then in Acorn Hall, we have House Orstein with the, I can't remember what it's called, the yellow sigil thing here on blue, which is basically like the medieval French sigil. So that is all our new houses, I believe. I don't think there's any more for now, so we are currently, I'll unpause so things can tick along whilst we go through what we're trying to do. We are trying to get claims on the Bracken lands here. Peace with you, I Lord Stanton of Rook's Rest of House Darklyn, accept your non-aggression pact. Perfect. And may you live in harmony and contentment, I Lord Morgan of Massey's Hook, accept your proposal for a non-aggression pact. We need to try and get that alliance back with House Master, so let's see if we can do that, and it looks like we can. Perfect, so that gets our ally back on side. But yes, we're going to try and get these Bracken lands. We have an alliance with the Blackwoods, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm a bit worried about the Pink Maiden land, though, as bit by bit it is getting eaten away by the Lannisters, so we do need to keep an eye on that. Peace with you, our Lord Morgan of Massey's Hook, etc. Proposal for an alliance. Good, that's good. So, yeah, we are trying to get a claim on the Bracken lands. It's turning colder and colder. The people of Duskendale can no longer work the field. We're getting a claim on the Bracken lands, but we do probably try and need to get Pink Maiden and Brandstone before it's too late, but I think it's not going to be long now before the Piper lands swallowed up by the rock. But once King Zachary dies, or if he can somehow manage to get people on side, our army is pretty formidable. He's managed to get it up to 15,500 now, so it could probably be well over 30,000 now if we had a liked king, as we were getting about 25,000 under King Stefan, and since then we have expanded, so we probably could field a decent sized army, one that could maybe compete with a weakened Stormlands or Westerlands. Especially considering we do have claims on some of these Stormlands, well, Blackwaterlands, which should rightfully be ours. That was what we wanted to claim early on, but unfortunately, due to Stefan being pretty inept and disliked, we've not been able to press those claims yet, so we've had to instead eat into the weakened Riverlands, which I'm not complaining about because it's a slower way, but we are going to be able to pick off these weaker lords, so we'll, in the process, make ourselves much stronger so that when Stefan does hopefully die, we'll have a much stronger army under his successor who will be able to compete with the Stormlands and the Rock, and we can try and press those claims then. Our money is growing nicely as well, which is good. Whilst we're not at war, hopefully it's going to be making the lords happy as well. We could hold a tourney or something to get people on side. We've got a open council position, so we need to have a look into that. Let's have a look. It's the High Admiral. Well, we'll go for Lord Farman for that, who does actually really like us as well. Where has Lord Farman gone? Why is his opinion not so good of us any? Or is he already on the council as something else? Maybe he is, because he'd be the perfect choice for High Admiral. What's happened? Unless he's died. No, he's there. Lord Farwell of Duststone. Not really sure why we can't go for him then. He does have a 100% opinion of us. That's a shame. He's the perfect High Admiral. Let's go for Lord Crab instead then, because he's very much on side himself. And we need a commander. We're going to auto-assign commanders from now on, because it's getting annoying having to change them constantly. There we go. And we need a Paramount Knight. Let's have a look what we've got. I don't know if we've got anything. Duncan Darkwing. Yes, he'll do perfectly. Is there anything else need filling in? Doesn't look like it, so that's good. As I said, our money is improving massively, so at least while we're waiting for those claims, we can do a few things, try and get people a little bit more on side. We could hold a feast, it's nice and cheap, we'll do that. All my vassals will be there. Last time, most of them did turn us down and didn't want to attend, so there's a good chance that's probably going to happen this time, but we'll wait and see. The Ironborn are still being a complete pain in the arse, as always. Kyra Seymour died of poor health. What's happened? What's going on with this feast? It doesn't normally take this long to... here we go. The best part about preparing for a feast is deciding what food stuff to serve. I must purchase venison, boar and duck and spices, wine and ale, honey for the desserts, cheeses and perhaps even a swan or a peacock. We'll spend lavishly because we're trying to arse-lick and suck up to all of our vassals who hate us. Most of the preparations for the feast have been made now. I only have to send the invitations. And let's see if anyone's actually going to attend this time. Dear King Zachary, I thank you for the invitation, but I will not be able to attend your feast. I refuse to set foot in a castle. The same castle as you. Thank you very much. While pondering over the guest list for the feast, I wondered if I should invite my friend Lord Dyke. Of course we should. Dear King Zachary, I thank you for the invitation. I will not be able to attend. In fact, I refuse to set in the same castle as you. Fair enough. Same from Lord Seymour. Yep, so loads of people are refusing to come once more. Poor King Zachary. Offering out an olive branch and trying to get these lords on side and make it up to him, and they still spit in his face. The wandering minstrel entered the castle singing and did not stop until he found me. With a flourishing bow and one long sad tone from his lute, he finished his song and asked for my patronage. I was just looking for some entertainment for my feast. Yes, let's do that. A little bit of gold, anything that we can do really to get people more on side. So hopefully our feast will start pretty soon. Ah, perfect. My liege, my work in Goodbrook seems to have come to fruition. By bribing, cajoling, extorting, threatening, and forging documents, I have managed to fabricate a claim on the lordship of Goodbrook, presently held by Lord Kermit, lovely, of Goodbrook. I leave it up to you whether to press it or not. Well, thank you, Lord Selford. Thank you very much with your awesome diplomacy. Of course, I will use that claim. And next we'll go for Leicester. Is it Leicester? Yes, it looks like Leicester, which is how a lot of Americans pronounce the city where I'm from, Leicester. A lot of them always pronounce it Leicester. Let's fabricate the claims on Leicester then, and then after that we'll go for the capital. The guests have finally arrived in Duskendale. They have to be given bread and salt, as is their guest right. All is now ready. The cooks have worked day and night preparing the food. Our stocks of lysine sweet red have been replenished, and the castle has never looked lovelier. Welcome to my feast. Best Darklyn, our daughter, I think it's our daughter, yes, is missing her educational focus. Well, she's very good at stewardship, very good at martial. We'll go for stewardship, and let's get her an educator now who is better at that sort of thing. Now she's of age. Let's have a look. Who have we got? Ourselves, apparently. Okay, perfect. I didn't realise we were so good at stewardship. We do have the rulership focus, I suppose, though. What quality of education would you like to purchase for your daughter, Princess Bess? Well, of course, we will spend highly. I rushed around trying to get everyone to work harder, making sure everything was ready for the feast. I waited impatiently for my friend Lord Dyke to arrive, but still did my best to make sure every guest felt welcome and found their designated place at the high table. He was the last to arrive, but our opinions of each other go up by 10, so that's good. When now we've got no money at all, so this better pay off. The feasting has begun and the endless courses you ordered impressing the guests. The pinnacle of these is an enormous pie, cemented with smaller pies forming a crown. The crust of the large pies are silvered all around and gilt at the top. Each pie contains a whole roe deer, a goslin, 3 capons, 6 chickens, 10 pigeons, 1 young rabbit, and no doubt to serve as seasoning or stuffing a minced loin of veal, 2 pounds of fat, and 26 hard-boiled eggs covered with saffron and flavoured with cloves. Gained 30 prestige. Good. Hopefully we can get the opinions better. Septon Apprentice spoke up and told everyone how great the food at my feast was. I was really glad someone was kind enough to say something nice about the food, given how hard I had worked to ensure the food was the best part of the feast. His opinion changes. Hopefully everyone else's opinion will change as well. Hella cut the throat of one of my servants when the clumsy man spilled wine over her garb. Fucking hell, that's a bit extreme, isn't it? Oh, she is Ironborn, that makes sense. Imprison her. Some gold will keep the servants quiet. She did the right thing. Well, not really, no. If we imprison her, that's going to upset a lot of our vassals for some reason. You can't just go around slitting the throats of servants for spilling a bit of wine. My god. Some gold will keep the servants quiet then. That's the only decent option that we can do, really. A petitioner by the name of Sir Howder Wallbridge requests a small grant of coin and lands for his for he claims he served loyally in the war against Wayfarer's Rest and has suffered great losses as a result. Who are You, sir. Oh, nice sigil. A green-faced red harper. You're pretty good as well. I can't give coin to every beggar. Yeah, okay, we're trying to keep people on side, so let's be as friendly as we can in this feast. Keep up the act. Okay, the Trident has managed to get Blackwood back under its control, so that's a worry, especially if the Brackens get back under their control before we have a chance to press our claims. The last of the guests have returned home, and everyone agreed it was this year's greatest feast. Good. Everyone's opinion of it has improved slightly. Didn't really improve much of our levies, unfortunately, but never mind. You've got to try and keep them on side a little bit. It probably would have gone down if we hadn't done anything, so let's keep things ticking along until we can do something else. How strong actually are the Stormlands? 20,000. Right, well, we are 15,000, but then we do have our allies of House Peak, House Bracken, Tarth and Massey. But will Tarth and Massey get involved? That's the thing I'm not sure if they will or not, so that's the one we have to worry about. But if they did all get involved, we could easily press our claim on these three lands, but it's a bit risky at the moment. How strong are the Lannisters? Pretty strong. Wow, 27,000. Very strong indeed. Who's he imprisoned by? Imprisoned by Lord Tyrick of the Crag. Interesting. Okay. Iron Islands are still doing their thing, I see. It looks like... Oh, no, they've lost Lint's finger, which is interesting. So the North are fighting back. Who are the Vances fighting against? They are defending against Sir Kermit of Highheart in Wayfarer's Rest Civil War to increase council power. Can we try and command an end to this war? We don't really want our lords fighting. Your Grace, I'm afraid I cannot end this war. My cause is just, and as such, you have no right to command me to stand down. Fair enough. That's unfortunate the Trident's now calmed down, but I'm guessing they've still got hardly any manpower at all. No, nothing. We can try and claim Goodbrook. We can try and claim some other things for other people, but not anybody in our actual court. We can try and claim the Trident for Lord Tully, who's in the... Yeah, but that's not really going to aid us. Today, my brother, Prince Elson, asked me for a fief of his own to govern. Specifically, he would like the city of Duskendale. Yeah, I don't see why not. Very well, but I promised to arrange it. I mentioned the wall. Very well, yeah, gain 25 prestige, and it keeps him, hopefully, happy. It doesn't go past the inheritance. It should be given to a Darkling anyway. We've already got 3 House Darklings, and we own Rosbear, which I don't know what to do with. I may give it to our bastard son. Oh, wow, our strength has just gone up by 2,000 as well, which is perfect. I don't know if I dare attack the Stormlands. It would be risky. They've got a truce with the Lannisters. If all our allies joined us, we could win. Press all claims. What do we have a claim on? We have a claim on Hayford, Stokeworth. Ah, is that it? Don't we have a claim on King's Landing? Just the 2 lands, but it's still 2 lands that should be ours. And does your claim on Sharp Point for... Oh, and we could also... Ah, nice. Go because he's got a claim on it for his High Lordship on the of Sharp Point. So that's also... And Sweet Point Sound. If we press all claims, does that include... I don't think that would include Sweet Point Sound, will it? And Sharp Point. But it would be good if we could press those claims as well. No, from this, we'd only get Stokeworth and Hayford. And it is very risky. Because he has got more manpower, which is a worry. And I don't know for a fact if Massey and Tarth will join our side. They might not. And he might have some powerful allies himself. We'll leave it for now. I think we'll get a little bit more power. Let's try and get a bit more of these Riverlands before we bother with the Storm King. I am a little bit worried about the Storm. They do own some land down in Dawn. If he can get some people on side, his army could easily get a lot stronger. So it would be very risky to do that. Your Septon Prentice of Rosby has been discovered charging money for various religious favours, putting the governor in his own pocket. Intolerable, disappointed but don't know. Intolerable is no longer Septon. Yes, we need a new Septon. You can't go around doing that. Let's have a look. Who have we got? He's the only one that we've got who we can have, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait till we get a chance for a new Septon. Is there any Septons in our realm? They're going to be the ones with the good learning. A Raven always follows this character. Nice. Rogue, our court tutor. He's interested. He's in our actual court as well. Can we invite any of these Septons? Ronald the Septon. Yes, let's invite you to court. You can be our new Septon. Have we got any decent commanders in our realm that we can invite? Not really, to be honest. Never mind. But at least we'll have a new Septon once this guy arrives. And he was willing to join our court as well. when he finally arrives. There we go, he's arrived. Your wisdom and mercy leisure, I accept your gracious invitation and will join your court forthwith. Sceptered Ronald, you will be our new Septon. Thank you very much. And what should we do with you? Let's get you to... Is there anyone who needs converting? I don't think there would be this time. No. Perform charity in Rosbeh instead of Duskendale for a change. And unmarried heir, Princess Melaine of the Dusklands. Yes, can she now get married? Yes, she can. Surely we won't have to send a dowry as he is part of our family. So that'll be that sorted. Laramir Lannister brought a favour with somebody. Peace with you. I've decided to accept your suggestion that Princess Melaine and Sir Jarman get married. All children of the Union will be of her dynasty. Good. He's Darkling anyway, so it's not going to matter. But it does make sure that her line, when they inherit... I think I will give our bastard Rosbeh. And then you guys could come up with a cool name for a Rosby... for a Darkling bastard ruling in Rosbeh. We'll see how he develops first. Make sure he develops into an interesting character. But it'd be good to have a cadet branch of House Darkling there. Your Septon Ronald reports that Lady Bethany of Drake Castle has been humbled by your endless generosities to the poor in Rosbeh. Good, 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 good. People are starting to warm up to him, it almost seems. About bloody time as well. My liege, my work in Leicester seems to have come to fruition. By bribing, cajoling, extorting, threatening, and forging documents, I've managed to fabricate a claim on the lordship of Leicester, presently held by Lord Lionel of Leicester. Perfect. Awesome. So now we just need to go for Stonehenge itself, which is awesome. So let's move you from Leicester to the Brackenlands. I've always been pro Blackwood over Bracken. I think most cases when you look at their feuds, it's always the Brackens that seem to start it in most of the cases. Prince Tristan of the Dustlands, the Lord of Duststone, seeks to kill Humphrey Bastion. News about dragons, which we don't care about at all. Once we get that claim on the Brackenlands, we will go to war, I think, with the Riverlands. Then again, oh, who's the new... Oh, it's Tully again. Tully is now the King of the Trident once more. Okay, which is good, because then we can try and get a claim on Pink Maiden, because I really want to get the Pipers under our control. We can try and claim Pink Maiden for a Piper in the Vance lands, but that... Oh no, he's not in the Vance lands, he's in House Unar's lands. I don't know if that would actually put that under our control, unfortunately. Your Grace, a raven has arrived from Lord Hostine of Rayonet. He has announced a wedding between Ronald Green and Rella Defoe. Only the formality of your agreement is now needed for the ceremony to go ahead. They have my assent, only if I can have the first night. No, they have my assent. We want to keep people on side as and when we can, as obviously everybody hates us. So we'll keep forwarding things along. We'll wait for that claim on the Brackenlands. A strange red priest from Essos has appeared at my court. They talk of a god, Relor, the god of light, heat and life. Okay, it's Anaphis, the god whose name should not be spoken, the god of ice and death. Okay, I shall embrace this new religion. 50% chance that we get sympathy for Westerosi gods. Have the heretic jailed. Gain 25 piety. How boring. Well, let's have a look at ourselves. We aren't zealous. We are a little bit insane and a lunatic. And I don't think I've ever really gone for this religion. I might do it. It could be really interesting if we did embrace the Lord of Light. To have the Lord of Light in a playthrough. And if it doesn't work out, then King Zachary, he's not going to get despised anymore. Everyone hates him anyway. Do you know what? I won't decide, and I will let you guys decide. Should we accept Relor as our god, and the Dustlands having Relor? That could be a pretty cool god for a land like the Dustlands. I'll let you guys decide down in the comments below. So, yeah, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If so, please don't forget to press that like button. I really appreciate it. And comment down below about the series and whether you think we should convert to Relor. Thank you once more, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode.